So I am sitting down with Paul Hamann, a longtime friend of mine, the founder of RC Reports. And what RC Reports does is reasonable compensation, right? And for those of you who are like, oh, okay, let me tell you something. First of all, if somebody is an S-Corp, C-Corp, or they're filing a 990, it's a nonprofit, they are required to have written documentation in terms of the compensation. It says right on the 990. In fact, I think it's question 23,
Something like
maybe
that, yeah.
around there, that basically says, do you have written documentation to support the compensation taken by the directors? I'm willing to bet everyone who does returns has that box checked yes. Do you? And so, one, it's a fantastic tool. It's simple to use. You get the report. But more than that, and I've done this, in other venues, the podcast, Paul, where I've had Don Berlin on, and we've talked about the revenue stream. How you use RC reports to create a whole new revenue stream for yourself. Make sure the client is audit proof, and you're doing what you're supposed to do, right? So why don't you walk people through who are not familiar with RC reports, what it is and what it does?
Yeah, absolutely. So, uh, S Corp owners are required to pay reasonable compensation, which is basically a wage that is fair for the work you perform for your S Corp. And so, instead of pulling that out of thin air or using some myth out there on how to come up with reasonable compensation, we developed RC reports to do that back in 2012. So we've been doing this close to 15 years now. And so what we do is we follow different approaches, court cases, IRS information, and we use all of that information in a very simple interface to determine what reasonable compensation is for an S Corp owner. And in 15 years, we, knock on wood, are undefeated. Anytime our reports have been looked at by the IRS, they've simply checked it off their list and moved on. And so this gives you that compliance assurance. In addition to that, though, there's tax planning, and that's the part about reasonable comp that I love.
Hmm. No, absolutely. So I found it in an audit. I talked to Dawn, reasonable comp. She said, RC reports. What's RC reports? Right. So we ran this. And then I remember I had some friends of mine, LLCs, and I just said, look, I mean, we're friends. We don't have to get into it, but are you making north of 100,000? Like, yeah. I'm like, have you considered being an S corp? They're like, no. Why? I'm like, here, let me run so I run the report. I'm like, your reasonable comp comes in, let's say 80,000. Do you mind if I ask? He said, I'm netting 220. I'm like, well, here's what you're going to save. Now you got to pay for an S corp return. You're going to have to run the report every year. It becomes an annuity for the tax professional. My buddy's saving $16,800 after factoring all that in. I said, what I want you to do, look at our other friend, set up a profit sharing plan for yourself and put that money away, 401k, whatever, put that money away for yourself. The bottom line is, so there's the idea of you're an S corp, you should run this, right? 990, we should have this on file. The client should be paying for it, etc. But it's now the planning aspect to go to your, I don't know if anyone has sole proprietors anymore, but single member LLCs, should you be an S corp? Now, I'm going to tell you, Paul. So, do you remember you and I did a podcast, I think last December? It was around
Hmm.
Orlando. We
Yep.
were at the conference. And I got some comments online. My client's not going to want to pay for the report. So I then put out another video just myself and said, you don't sell the report. If you call your client and say, hey, would you want to spend $1,000 to run this report? I can tell you what the answer is. No. Very simple. Thank you for calling. I'll see you tax time, right? What if you called up and I'm very excited about your new tool, the benchmarking for this. But because I got the unlimited, I'm like, okay, I have all the rough on my client. Call up and say, what if I could save you? Let's say it shows I could save 14,000 a year, but I'm figuring they got to run the report, which I'm charging for. They got to do an S corp. What if I could save you around 10,000 a year? You, I've yet to hear the client say, nah, you know what? Give it to the government. They need it more. We get this war going or whatever. They're going to be like, 10 grand? How do we do that? Oh, well, here's what we do. We got to run this report. You go through the interview with them, make sure you got everything tight, and they will convert over to S-Corp. So one, you're taking the 750 LLC 1040 and turning it into a $3,500 S-Corp return, number one.
Yep.
Two, they're paying for the report every single year. But number three, you're bulletproof for an audit. So if nothing else, as the tax pro, you're helping the client save money, you're creating an annuity for yourself, and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. It's a win-win-win. But you are now, I want to hear about the benchmarking tool because you were just beta testing it when we first spoke. Where is that now?
Yeah, so it's actually out in limited release with a few tax planning partners. But just a brief history, we actually started developing what we call benchmarking for the IRS under the previous administration. And so we continued to develop it commercially while the IRS kind of gets its feet back under them.
Right.
But what we were able to do is take our 15-year history and all of our proprietary data, learnings, et cetera, and we can now benchmark a S-Corp owner with very, very minimal inputs. And what that'll give you is just a general idea of whether your S-Corp owner falls within what we see as kind of that average range. And so this is kind of your first pass at that. So when we're talking about automation and workflow, right, running a benchmark would be your first step. And from there, I always recommend running a report. But if you're comfortable with our benchmark and where your reasonable or where your client's reasonable comp is, that may be as far as you decide to go. But if you do want to dot your I's and cross your T's, we also have another feature that goes along with this. So after you run the benchmark and you want your client to run a report, you can send out an invitation now that includes an accept decline feature. And so if your client accepts that, they go right to the report interview, done. If they say no, you get what we call a decline report, or internally we call a CYA report.
Right.
So that you have some documentation that your client said, no, I'm not going to do this. I'll take my chances.
You have no idea as attorneys how often we hear that. My accountant never spoke to me about this. They're taking zero comp year after year. And you talk to the accountant and say, oh, I told them every single year, but it's verbal. It's a he said, she said, all the rest. I love the decline report because now if you suddenly get a call, the client gets audited, they whack them 3 years, payroll tax, W-2 penalties, all the rest, and you get a call saying, why didn't you discuss this with the client? As a matter of fact, we did. You want me to send you the decline report where we sent them the link, say, hey, you have to do this, and they declined, say they didn't care, they didn't want to do it. I think it says, right? You told me we're declining to follow your advice.
Yeah, 100%. And it documents the day it was sent, the day it was declined. If they don't get back to you after 30 days, it'll also update as this client never got back to you. So it doesn't leave you hanging.
Right. And that is your get out of malpractice claim free.
Yep. Yeah.
No.
Insurance providers should be pretty excited about this one.
Yeah. No, and I got to tell you, for anyone listening, this is a hot button topic. California has now rolled out a form of automated reasonable comp reports. You and I both know, which I can't get into the details of, the IRS is continuing to look at very hard at this. That TIGDA report came out about 270,000 S-Corps taking zero comp that net more than $100,000. So this is definitely on the IRS radar. So it's really a no-brainer for a whole host of reasons. Compliance, creating a revenue stream, and potentially doing some real good planning for your client.
Yeah, 100%. California's AI version of this is just bringing the issue and the compliance at a high rate. It's just many factors above where it was, and likely other states that this is important to, and the IRS as they get their feet back under them, it's likely where they're headed.
Right. No, I agree. So, Paul, how should people go? I mean, we're going to have a link here. How should people go and where would you suggest they start?
Yeah, so first I would say just go to RC Reports and learn a little bit more about what we have to offer. And we have self-guided demos. We have short video demos to get you up and started. But you're also welcome to book a demo before you join RC Reports, or afterward. We have a get started call. We want you in using the software, getting value at it from day one. And our new benchmarking tool allows that. You can actually do an upload of all your clients. And during that upload, we'll benchmark them all. So probably within 5-10 minutes, you'll have all the information on all your S-Corps as to where their likely reasonable compensation would be.
Right. Right. No, absolute no-brainer. So, Paul, listen, thanks for taking the time. Everyone, if you do S-Corps, if you do LLCs, certainly 990s, you're supposed to be doing this. So go check out RC Reports. We use it. Most of I think all of our tax rep trainers use it. It is a major tool in our toolbox, and I think pretty soon the government's going to be using it. So thank you, Paul, and everyone click the link below. Go check out RC Reports.
Thanks, Eric.